Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Contracts. I'm Zach.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're just going to dig right into this one because it's a big topic. So we're talking about trends. Let's get trendy.
Let's get trendy.
All right, so I know that fads come and go, as we all know, but what trends are you seeing right now in the real estate world from all perspectives, like a KW perspective, Georgia, North Georgia, our office? Like, what are you seeing happening with the numbers?
So we are seeing a lot of growth moving up in North Georgia big time.
Yeah.
The schools are amazing up here. People are flocking to the area for opportunities and jobs and different services and things of that nature. So we definitely have a great amount of growth in the North Georgia area.
I'm seeing the same thing.
KW, we are seeing growth across the
Yeah.
board for our offices, for production, agent numbers, and all things of that nature.
Right.
So from my perspective and from the office perspective, we're growing. We're selling real estate and our agents are doing very well.
So on a side note, you have heard that everybody is like sort of not so silently talking about everything is coming to a crashing halt and the world is over. You're not seeing that.
I am not necessarily seeing that. I think the market changes depending upon what is going on. And we have had such enormous growth for the past several years that at this point we're seeing some leveling happen.
Yeah.
And honestly, that is a good thing.
I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. Home sales are down. In reality, they're not really down. They're just down from where they were last year, a couple of percent. So what we're seeing is that, you know, on an average real estate market, we've got 6 months worth of inventory, and what that means is it would take 6 months to sell everything if no other houses went on the market. And now we were at like a 2 month, 2.7 months worth of inventory, and we're inching up towards a 3 months worth of inventory. We're still in a really, really hot market, so nothing's going anywhere. It's just
we're stabilizing
a little bit. Yeah, which is actually good for buyers trying to get in the market.
Absolutely. We see some percentage changes. Prices might reflect a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But relatively speaking, the cycle of the market is up and down regardless. Yeah. And we've gone so far up that we've got to plateau at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
So moving to our next topic, can you give me some really great tips or trends that sellers can be doing to get their properties ready at this time?
Yeah, you know what? I would say two things, or a couple things. Number one, this is a really simple thing, but if you're holding an open house or if you are selling your house by yourself without an agent, I would say put some cookies in the oven when you're doing an open house. I know it's a simple thing, but if you've ever been to IKEA, you smell the cinnamon buns when you get to the checkout line. There's just something about it. I don't know. It feels like home, and it makes the house feel more lived in and homey, and I feel like people can relate to that. You know, scent is the strongest smell that we have. So if you're smelling, same thing with candles, burn a candle. Mm-hmm. Don't leave it alone, but burn a candle. But you know, simple things like that I think can really make a huge difference in an open house. Absolutely. Or you know, in bringing buyers and sellers to your house for a private showing. And the other thing I would say, and this is just a simple thing when you're trying to stage, I would say a couple $1,000s in replacing your fixtures, light fixtures, cabinet handles, hardware, bathroom fixtures, simple stuff like that. I would put my money in that before I would try to redecorate my house, because you know, you're moving, you're going to be redecorating when you move to your next house. Put it in fixtures, you'll get your money back, I think, tenfold by changing old light fixtures to cooler, newer ones, and it's not that expensive.
Absolutely.
Look on Amazon.
I agree. I love the tip about the smell.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that, and if your house is lived in, if you have kids, if you have pets, you're going crazy, and that's a really easy thing to forget about when people are walking into your house, because you don't really recognize the smell of your house anymore.
Totally.
I'll say that if we go on a trip and I come back, I walk in my house, I'm like, I can smell what my house smells like now, but a lot of people just don't think about that on the regular.
Yeah,
so it's a really
simple, really cheap tip to just make your house feel a little more homey.
Absolutely.
So we're in a modern revolution right now, industrial revolution, and social media has pretty much taken over, I think. I mean, we're all on it all the time. So what trends are you seeing from an agent perspective that are working in social, and possibly from a buyer-seller perspective that are really beneficial in using social media?
I see a lot of agents doing a lot of the just listed, just sold things, and people go through and they might see something that they like, and they can get prospective clients off that. And I do see that the agents who are utilizing social on a high level do see the return on it.
Yeah.
So compared to other agents who are just more organic in what they've done for a long time, they might not be using it. But a lot of the agents who dig in and absolutely utilize it to their benefit, it's a great platform to get your word out there.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I would say honestly too that I think social, I mean, this has been a topic that we've been talking about on our team recently. Social's a really inexpensive way, even the paid advertising, which I don't always suggest necessarily, but if it works for you, then that's great. Social's a cheap, easy way to reach a huge audience. I mean, when was the last time that in one split second with the click of a button, you could reach 5,000 people? I mean, it could take you months before social media to get through talking to 5,000 people. So it's a quick, easy way to touch people, without really spending money or having to do a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Since we are talking about social, we're going to dive into what strategies that you're using right now to market your properties and things that are working to give your clients best results.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking about this the other day, that we put a property on the market, and because our office is so connected, we have our own group, which I think groups are where a lot of great conversations are living today in Facebook and LinkedIn. Because we have that group, we were able to post our photos there, and actually an agent in our office already had a client that we had sort of mentioned, that we had this property coming to market, and we were under contract in one day. So, because we had that inter-network and used social to blast it out to our office first before it went out to everybody, it was nice. People were already ready to see it by the time it hit the market. So that was a really nice thing. And I also say with social, anything is better than nothing, don't you think?
I agree. If you're going to just put yourself out there, at least you're out there, right?
Yeah.
Because people are watching, clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and tell me too, I think that people fall in love with you as the person,
of course,
versus maybe the properties that you're selling or whatever. If they get to know
whatever product you're putting out there.
Yeah, if they get to know you and they get to know your life and your family and your lifestyle, then it's easier to relate to, I think.
Absolutely. I completely agree. It's just natural to like somebody's personality and interact with people. That's just being a human being, I think. So if you're just putting out non-connecting material, then who's connecting to it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you want something personal behind it as well, whether it's just the caption you're putting on it, or if it's the photo that you're adding in it. Are you putting yourself in the picture with the property to give it a little boost? Because people want to have that interpersonal interaction.
Yeah, and we can definitely go into more detail on social strategies and everything in another video. So if there's something specific that you guys are thinking about, or strategies that you're using that you're not really getting the right results from, let us know in the comments, and we'll dig into it and go a little bit deeper.
Well, we are wrapping up for this topic on trending. If you have some other trends or tips that you'd like to know about, again, like Zach said, leave some feedback for us and we'll get to it in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, see you next time.
Bye.